Oh, just think it's different.
I have Saturday, so I've never had to
Okay. Thank you all for coming here. Alright, so the claim that we're making for this debate is that juveniles should not be tried as adults in California. I'm going to be justifying that with 3 claims. One is it's unfair to try juveniles as adults. 2, trying juveniles as adults ignores the problem rather than fixing it. 3, a proper rehabilitation plan could set the juvenile straight and possibly reincorporate them into society. Okay, I'm gonna begin with my first one, which was that it's unfair to try juveniles as adults. Just a little bit of background information on this topic. The Juvenile Law Center estimated that 250,000 youths are prosecuted as adults each year. About 3,000 of them are serving, for this year, are serving life sentences without the possibility of parole. Children as young as 13 are tried as adults and are sentenced to die in prison. CrimeSolutions.gov reported that in 2008, an estimated 60% of children are exposed to violence, crime, or abuse in their homes, in schools, and communities. In 2007. Also in 2007, 46% were assaulted at least once in that year, and that 10% of those ended in an injury for the child. And in the Encyclopedia of Domestic Violence, it says that 72% of violent youth have experienced some form of emotional, physical, sexual, or ritual type abuse. Lastly, the New York Times reported that over half of the juveniles tried as adults are suffering from mental health issues. The reason that I'm bringing up all of these points is that when a juvenile is, when he does commit a crime, he's probably got a lot going against him. Just the statistics alone, chances are he has a mental health issue, and he was abused as a child, and he's not raised in a home where he has much of a chance, and he knows better. When you are that young and you're possibly going through some mental health issues that are not being treated because you're not in a proper home, and you're being abused, it's not completely unrealistic to think that you're probably going to act out, and that's what drives a lot of kids to be juvenile offenders, and so it's unfair for a kid that young to treat them like an adult, because they have so much going against them, and they're so young, and they don't really have a fair chance of knowing what's right and what's wrong. And trying a 13-year-old as an adult and giving him a life sentence without the possibility of parole, in my eyes, is cruel and unusual punishment, which goes against the 8th Amendment. So those are all the reasons why I think that it's unfair to do that to kids. My second claim is that when you try a juvenile as an adult, it really ignores the problem rather than solving it. The issue is that these minors are committing serious crimes that most of them don't really understand. The difference between a child committing a crime and an adult is that an adult is fully developed, but a child is still developing, and like mentally they're not completely all there. But the plus side to that fact of them not being completely developed is there's still a greater opportunity to help change their mindset and change the direction that their life is heading in, and that's why I think that instead of trying them as adults, there should be they should try them as a juvenile, but try their best to correct their behavior. Kurt Comey has been rehabilitating juveniles for 12 years, and he's stated that in his experience, 80% of the kids that he's worked with didn't go back to crime. That's for all juveniles, not entirely like the heavy offenders, but that shows that they can be rehabilitated. They can be taught what's right from wrong, and they can be shown a brighter path rather than just locking them up and kind of calling it quits on them. They still have a chance, and they deserve to change their future. My last point was that a proper rehabilitation plan could set the kids straight. Like I said, Comey has plenty of experience rehabilitating kids, and I think if we got focused more on that rather than just locking them up, we could see a lot more improvement. Like I said, 50% or over 50% of the kids suffer from some kind of mental health issue, and because they're raised in a home where it's they're not treated as well, they probably don't have the assistance that they need, and that's something that they should focus on getting while they're doing their rehabilitation, is making sure they're receiving proper medical treatment. In addition to that, they should be given proper guidance and counseling in addition to their sentence, which wouldn't just be a slap on the wrist. They'd go through the juvenile system, and then they would properly be sentenced. Thank you guys. Said too much information. Sorry. Too much